Welcome to the show, everybody, coming to you for the rest of this week from Las Vegas, Nevada, as we are now 4 weeks away from the 2024 presidential election, Senate election, House of Representatives election, and we will know roughly in 28 days, 29 days, maybe at the most 30-something days, no matter what happens. I think that's probably the outer limit. We will know the direction that this country will be going in terms of who will be controlling the major national legislative and executive bodies of this country. Will we hit the body with bleach, or will we hit it with something that makes a little more sense? I don't even know what I'm talking about. I want to take a tour today of the predominant narratives that are now taking up and consuming space and oxygen on corporate media and on the campaign trail. And we start with Kamala Harris in Flint, Michigan. There's something particularly interesting about Harris visiting Flint, Michigan, and talking, for example, about Donald Trump's plan or lack thereof for health insurance. Flint is a place where having a plan, executing a plan, and having the concepts of a plan, as Donald Trump said he has about healthcare during the recent presidential debate with Kamala Harris, that difference between concept, plan, or nothing is of critical importance when you look at the year after year that Flint, Michigan water has been undrinkable. Kamala Harris directly addressing the crowd and saying to everybody, you saw the debate, concepts of a plan, that's really not going to be enough. Take a look at what she had to say.
And on top of all this, Donald Trump intends to end the Affordable Care Act. Even after he tried to repeal it time and time again when he was president, and still has no plan to replace it. You watched the debate. You watched the debate. You saw that. He, quote, has concepts of a plan. Concepts. No, I have said that I do believe he is an unserious man. And the consequences of him being president again are absolutely critically serious. Because think about it, even on health care, he has a concept of a plan, so he's going to threaten the health insurance of 45 million people in our country based on a concept? To take us back, you remember that? When insurance companies could deny people with pre-existing conditions? Remember what that was like? Well, Michigan, we are not going back. We are not going back. We're not going back. We are not going back. No, we are not going back. No. Because we will move forward. Ours is a fight for the future.
You know, usually Donald Trump would claim to have a plan and he'd be lying. Now he's only claiming to have the concept of a plan. Are you willing to put your health care at risk, not even for a plan, as terrible as that plan might be, but for a concept of a plan? An extraordinarily dangerous proposition. And you need only look at the last plan to know that. This is just not a time to be messing around with people who don't know what they are doing. Kamala Harris was first accused of having no specific plans or policies, and then she put them out, and understandably, expectedly, whatever, not to our surprise, the MAGA people said, we don't like these plans, or she's not actually going to be able to do these things. Well, that's the name of the game with Donald Trump, right? We're going to solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in one term as we pay off the full national debt and also build a wall with Mexico that Mexico will pay for. The idea that campaigns lead to promises that are a wish list that you might not achieve, that's not new. But the problem is that when Trump had the opportunity to put forward a plan, it was a disaster. Remember the plan in 2017, I believe it was, that Donald Trump and Republicans actually put together on health care. It would have led to somewhere between 24 million and 32 million Americans losing health insurance. The plans are a disaster. The lack of plans is a disaster. And Kamala Harris is really connecting with voters in a significant and serious way. You just can't take a chance on this, is the point that she's making, and it's a good one. Kamala Harris also asking the crowd, are you ready to make your voices heard? Which I think is also politically astute. Let me explain why in a moment.
So, Flint, today I ask, are you ready to make your voices heard? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win.
What I like about are you ready to make your voices heard? It's that you are saying it's up to the voters. Donald Trump's view, we've already talked about the positive vision versus the apocalyptic negative vision from Trump. Kamala Harris's view is it's just up to you all being us. Depends on who votes, depends how you vote, depends if you get out there and vote. Trump, on the other hand, is saying that the election will come down to whoever counts the ballots and whoever controls the machines and whoever suppresses your vote and undocumented migrants who don't even have a legal right to vote. The empowering narrative is the one of Kamala Harris. If the question is which of these narratives is more likely to encourage people to get out and vote, the one where you're being told your vote won't matter because it'll either be canceled out by an illegal vote or someone who counts the votes or controls the machines or the computers is going to invalidate it. That's not really encouraging to get people out and voting. On the other hand, the message that it's up to you, go out there and do it, is a much more inspirational get out the vote message. Excellent stuff from Kamala Harris. Later we'll see what Donald Trump was up to.
Not all men's underwear is the same. With traditional underwear, the sticking and the rubbing are something many of us know all too well. But our sponsor, Sheath Underwear, puts it to an end once and for all. Sheath Underwear is ultralight and breathable. You can barely tell it's there. But importantly, Sheath is uniquely designed with 2 pouches in the front that separate everything out, giving you an extra confidence boost throughout the day. Air can flow in between, keeping things dry and comfortable all day. No more sweating and sticking. Sheath underwear is the type of thing that's hard to fully appreciate until you've tried it. Try a pair yourself and you'll finally understand the level of comfort and morale that you've been missing out on. They come in a bunch of different designs. They have something for everybody. The quality is amazing, super long lasting, unlike the underwear you currently use, which you might have to replace every 6 months. Sheath is giving my audience 20% off with the code PACMAN. Go to sheathunderwear.com/PACMAN. The link is down below.